Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be telling you what I read in July and in Booktube-A-Thon since it took place in July. I read 5 books, or more like 4.5, but I'm just going to say 5. Let's just go ahead and get into the list. So the first book that I read in July was something I was so excited to finally get to, and it is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by J.K. Rowling. I loved this book. I flew through it in like 2 or 3 days, I believe, because it was so good. I think it's one of my favorite in the series. Gave it a 5 out of 5 stars because I loved it so much. It was just so fun to finally read this. Since I've been behind on Harry Potter, I just needed to finish the series so bad. Finally read this, one step further from finishing it. So that leads us to the next book that I read this month. And that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. Also read this in about 2 or 3 days. These are all of my favorite parts. Very much loved. And I think all of the favorite parts kind of tell me that this is the favorite book in the series for me, and I'm finally finished with Harry Potter. Couldn't be more excited because I've been shunned for years because I haven't finished it, but it's finished now, so you can't give me crap anymore, okay? It's done. I cried in this book. So much death, but you know, it had to happen. I really just want more Harry Potter. I don't know how I'm gonna be like everyone else and constantly be like, please, more Harry Potter, please give me some more Harry Potter. I really want Harry Potter. But that's gonna be me for the rest of my life because apparently, dog, shut up, please what? I'm just gonna be forever wanting more Harry Potter. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't finish it for so long, because I knew I'd forever feel like, where is the next Harry Potter book? Like, I hate feeling like this. I want to know, like, every single thing that could ever happen. So now getting into my Booktube-A-Thon segment of this wrap-up, the books that I read in Booktube-A-Thon. Nice. First book I read in Booktube-A-Thon was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling. I read this book in a day. It counted for the challenge, originally for a person on the cover because there is a child on the cover, and I read it in a day, so that completes 2 challenges, I believe. But I honestly didn't even care about the challenges once I started Booktube-A-Thon. I was just like, I want to read these books, and that's it. So if you're wondering my thoughts on this, it could have been better, honestly. I liked the idea of the whole thing, but if it was a book written by J.K. Rowling, because it does have her name on it, but I feel like she just did not write this. J.K. Rowling would not have made Harry Potter in this seem not like Harry Potter. Things that Harry Potter did in this book did not feel like something Harry Potter would do. I don't know if I'm alone on that or not, but it just did not feel like that was Harry. No. I liked Albus and Scorpius. I liked their little relationship, which should have been an actual relationship. I ship it. Okay. If J.K. Rowling had taken over completely, it'd be so much better. There was some good scenes in this, like when we got to talk to some dead people, because dead people's fun to talk to, we all know. I did tear up a little bit in this book because it was kind of like, man, that's kind of sad. But then again, there was so much that was like, why? The next book that I read during Booktube-A-Thon was The Copper Gauntlet by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Magisterium series that starts with The Iron Trial. Did like The Iron Trial a lot. I was excited to continue on to this one. It was so short, easy. I didn't actually read it in a day because I got lazy. It's a really enjoyable book and I can't wait to continue on. Phone, why? I forgot what I was saying. I can't wait to move on to the next book in the series, The Bronze Key, I believe that's what it's called. I don't have it, so I need to go get that book so I can read it. Because I just really like this series. There's something very different about it, though it gives me a bit of Harry Potter feels because kid goes to magic school. That's why I really originally wanted to read it, because I've been reading Harry Potter this month. I was like, I want something similar. It's only similar in that aspect, but everything else was so enjoyable, even if it was different. Something is really cool in here that I can't tell you. It's a spoiler. I just haven't seen it before in another book, and it's so cool, and I want to read more. I've really found myself falling in love with these characters in here. The last book that I read in July and in Booktube-A-Thon was The Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns by Chris Colfer. I feel like I have to sneeze. Oh my god. We're good. I actually only read half of this because I already had the other half read a few months ago. I loved it. It's such a good series. This is the second book in the Land of Stories series, which starts with The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell. Really loved this book. It's written by a guy from Glee, and I feel like that might turn some people off. Oh my gosh, just another celebrity writing books, trying to write books. But this guy wanted to become a writer before he wanted to become an actor. I researched the guy because I like him. So he actually is meant to be a writer. He's a good writer. Like, he's really good. He gets you in the feels. It's so interesting. These books follow these two twins that get shot into the fairy tale world, if that makes any sense. They go into the fairy tale world and they find out some things and they go on an adventure, and it's so fun. Like, these adventures in here give me so many feels. Like, I just love it. It's so fun seeing all of these fairy tale people. Basically, the fairy tale world takes place after the fairy tales. Like, what happens after Cinderella gets married? Like, what happens after Snow White gets married too? What happens? Do you want to know? Well, this takes place in the world that shows you what happens after, of those people being real people. What happens? What happens? It's so fun to find out. You should read this. Like, honestly, these are so good. It's a 6-book series and I can't wait to read more. Can you see my excitement? Like, these books are just no joke good. I'm trying to get you to read them so hard, but like, you should read them. So these are the books that I read in July. Tell me down below if you've read any of them, if you liked them, if you hated them. I want to know it all. That is it for me today. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, comment down below. Have a good day and goodbye.